Hey, it's Cobra here at MaddenGuides.com, and for this Madden 21 defensive plays video breakdown, I want to show you how to get four-man pressure from the 3-4 Cub cover 4 quarter. So let's go ahead and take a look at it as far as on the play art, as far as you look at it here, and you can see it right there that you have 4 defenders that are going to go ahead and play 4 deep coverage, and you have 3 defenders playing underneath coverage, and you also have 4 defenders rushing the quarterback. Now we're going to go ahead and hop on the field here, and I'm going to show you at least how this defense is ran, what it's designed to do, and then we'll actually go in and I'm going to show you how to get the 4-man pass rush where you can actually get some pressure on the quarterback. So as I've already pointed out here, as you look at it, what you've got is 4 defenders that are going to go ahead and play 4 deep. So as you look at it, you've got these 4 defenders that are playing that 4 deep coverage. And then as you look underneath, you'll have 3 defenders that are going to be playing zone coverage. Now, at least zone coverage underneath. 2 of those guys are playing quarters flat, and the other one's playing a hook zone underneath. And then as I pointed out earlier, you're going to have 4 defenders that are going to be rushing the quarterback. So what you've got here is you've got this outside linebacker, which happens to be the right outside linebacker rushing, and then you have these 3 defensive linemen that are also rushing. Now, if we were to run this play as is, you'll find obviously you're not going to get any pressure because there's going to be, as you look at it, with those 4 pass rushers that we have, and then throw in the fact that the offensive line has 5 right there, obviously we have a numbers disadvantage on the defensive side of the ball, meaning we're not going to get pressured. Let's just go ahead and run it unless one of those defenders is able to break through and get to the quarterback on his own by, obviously by getting through and breaking up and getting shedded off the offensive line that are trying to block him. So let's go ahead and just run it. I'm not really looking to throw the ball here. I'm just going to go ahead and throw it. Don't care if it gets picked off. But as you noticed, I had all day to throw that. I mean, that quarterback could have sat in there for days looking to throw it for an open receiver and eventually would have completed it. So how do we create a 4-man pass rush from this particular defense out of the 3-4 Cub? Now, what I want to show you is how to do it. It's real simple, so you guys who are following along, the cool thing is you only got to move 1 player, and it really only takes, to be honest with you, it really only takes 2 adjustments. We're going to make 3, and I'll show you what I mean by that here in just a second. Let's go ahead and do it first with just 2 guys first. So this guy right here, which is going to be this strong safety who's lined up right here. Now, remember, he's supposed to be playing this deep zone here, the deep 1 quarter over here. We're actually going to hot route him. I'm going to show you what we're going to hot route him into. So we're going to hot route him into an inside third. So as you look at it, if you look on your screen now, you'll notice that he's dropping into the, into the third over the deep middle. So now, at this point, we know we still have 4 defenders playing deep coverage. We have one of those defenders playing the deep third. What I'm going to tell you to do is take control of this guy right here, and then all you're going to do is you're going to bring him up. Now, as you look at it, I didn't do anything else. I didn't hot route him the blitz or anything like that. I just brought him up. So really what we're going from is a cover 4 defense literally down to a cover 3, because what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and manually rush him off the edge, and I guarantee it, we'll get to the quarterback with him. Now, as you look at it, by doing so, that means we have a 5-man pass rush. And I know at the beginning of the title, I said that we're going to make this a 4-man pass rush. Don't worry, we'll get to that in just a second. For now, let's just go ahead and run this, and I just want to show you that you guys can get pressure off the edge with a 5-man pass rush by just simply doing what I just did there. So there you go. There's your 5-man pass rush. Now, let's get it to a 4-man pass rush. Let's go down here. This guy right here, which is going to be the left end, we are actually going to hot route him, and we're just going to go ahead and put him in, let's say, QB spy. So we'll go ahead and put him in QB spy. And then we're going to go up here and put this guy into the inside third. And then we're going to take control of this guy right here and bring him down. And we're going to do the same thing I just did. And we're going to go ahead and rush him off the edge. And we're going to get that same type of pressure, providing that I don't get blocked or anything like that. I kind of a little messed up on the controller, but you saw that we ended up getting the pressure on him. So let's go and do the same thing again. We're just going to go ahead and put this guy in QB spy to the third right there. And then this guy here we're going to bring down. Let's go ahead and do that same setup. You can see how easy that was for me to get the pressure. And then I'm just going to go ahead and get the pressure. So if we go back in here and look at this in instant replay, let's go ahead and go in instant replay and take a look at it. This is where we're going to get the 4-man pass rush. So as you look at it, now we've got a 4-man pass rush. There's your 4 defenders that are rushing. And then we end up having 5 defenders that are going to be dropping back in some type of zone. Well, actually, 7 defenders dropping back in zone coverage as you were to look at it. So you can see on your screen, I'm going to go ahead and point all 7 of those guys out to you. So we got these 7 guys now dropping in zone coverage. Basically, all we're doing is just creating an overload to the left side of the offensive line, and ultimately we're going to get pressure coming off the edge. And that's what you saw here when I just did. And the cool thing is, a lot of times what I like to do is hold down the right trigger. Once that ball is snapped, I'm just going forward as fast as I can to try to get to the quarterback. And that's what you just saw here as you look at it. And just taking outside, a little bit to the outside, and I get in. The other thing is, if you got a fast, let me just say this. The safeties are a lot faster than most linebackers in the game. Plus, a lot of them have better agility, or going far back and forth and all that. And that makes them even more effective. And that's the reason I suggest going ahead and blitzing him off the edge and getting that pressure, such as what I'm showing here. So that's the nice thing about that. Now, I suppose if you wanted to, let's go back in here again. Let's go ahead and put this guy in QB spy. Let's go ahead this time, and let's go ahead and right here we got this guy doing this. He's supposed to be playing that quarters flat. What we could do, I suppose, if you wanted to, you could go ahead and put him in this guy in a curl over there. And if you wanted to rush a linebacker, for example, so let's just go ahead and run the linebacker. Just keep in mind, you may not get as fast in there as you would with the safety, but you can do it that way if you wanted to. So you notice basically all I did was on here is I went ahead and made this guy play the third. Basically, I just flip-flop positions. I have this guy now playing the curl flat, and then I'm manually going to go ahead and rush this guy right here. So if you wanted to have a linebacker coming in, you could and get the same thing. You still get the four-man pass rush, but rather than a safety, you get a linebacker. The cool thing about that would be is maybe if you want to give your opponent different look, sprinkle it with little different seasonings, if you will, and it's still basically the same thing. It might just taste a little bit different, and that's what's going on here. We're just kind of switching things up. So that's another option you could do with that if you wanted to, as far as with the flipping the linebacker and a safety, if you wanted to have a linebacker. Now, the only other thing I want to show is I want to go back here, and we can go ahead and do this as well. We can go ahead and, again, put him in QB spy. Go ahead and put this guy in the inside third, and then we can hot route this guy to blitz, but we got to stay in control of him, because if we don't stay in control of him, what he will do, this is for people maybe you didn't feel comfortable blitzing him all the way through, then you want to stay and do what I'm about to do here, is he's going to blitz to the inside. That's not going to work for us. So what we need to do is we still need to stay in control of him, but what we can do now is go to the outside with him and then release him and allow him to go ahead and get pressure on the quarterback. If you don't feel quite comfortable once you get past the line of scrimmage with him and going to manually do it yourself all the way, you can always release him and allow the safety to get pressure on it. So that's really it as far as with this goes, as far as the setups. But as I said before, it's pretty easy to do, and your coverage is, if we go in instant replay, is pretty decent against this. If you look at it, you still got the nice coverage here for the most part. It's pretty good coverage, not too bad, and you get a four-man pass rush, which is nice, and you don't have to do a whole lot. And plus, the cool thing is, I will make a suggestion here. This guy right here, the defensive end that I put in QB spy, you can always make sure you put a faster linebacker in at the defensive end spot, especially if you're playing against a team that's got a fast quarterback and you're worried about the quarterback taking off, because if he sees this heat coming off the edge here, and there's a very, very good chance that he may just decide to try to take off. But if you got a spy, and especially he's got some decent speed, then he can take that away and make sure that quarterback doesn't take off. So that's another option you can certainly do to eliminate the chances of that quarterback taking off and running. Just want to point that out to you. Now, one last thing I want to show you, and I'm going to go ahead and go here and go and respot the ball, because I know that some of these, there's plays out there that beat this cover 4 or cover 3 defenses. So I want to show you here is how nice this is with the setup I'm showing you. So let's go into the offensive side of the ball. We're going to go ahead, go into the same formation that we've been running this from as far as on the offensive side of the ball. And I want to go ahead and show you this play here that's pretty darn effective as far as attacking some of these cover 4 coverage and cover 3 coverages. So the one I'm going to show here is this play action and post shot. I want to show you this play. And then what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and go into quarters, cover 4 quarters, and we're going to go ahead and run this. I just want to go ahead and show, let me go ahead and switch off to, I'm not going to set up the play like I've been setting. I just want to show you something here real quick. So let's go ahead and run it. And then assuming that we got enough time to make the throw. All right, so you can see how effective that play was. All right, guy caught it deep, got a big play on it. So let's go back and make those adjustments I just talked about. Now, obviously I can't rush the quarterback at the same time because I'm trying to control the offense and defense, but I just want to point this out to you. So in another video breakdown, I talked about how to counter this deep combo route where you have a guy running a deep post on the left, especially in these trips formations, and you had another guy running a crossing route from the right side. Well, this is the kind of that idea. Let's go ahead and switch off here and put him to the inside third like I talked about earlier. And then we're going to go ahead and just bring this guy up. Now, right now, what I'm going to do is just remember here, he's probably not going to have enough time to make this throw because we're coming off the edge unless we get blocked, especially with this particular play. Obviously, they've got some extra guys in their pass block, and they got the tight end and running back, so we may not get the pressure like I was showing earlier with this. What I mean by that is this guy may not get in because he may probably end up getting, honestly, let me clear the tellus right there. This guy right here may end up getting blocked, for example, by this running back. This running back may block him, unfortunately, but that may happen. But you're not in that bad a risk. Honestly, you're not. So what I'm going to do for right now is I'm just going to go ahead and put all these. I kind of screwed up on this, but what I want to show you here is, let's go back and do this one more time. Get a little bit out of thought of what I want to do here. So we're going to go ahead and put these guys in QB spy just for now, all these guys. I want to show you how this would happen if they were all to get blocked and we couldn't get pressure. So we're going to go ahead and put this guy in the inside third. We are going to go ahead and bring this guy down. And for now, I'm going to go ahead and put him in QB spy as well. So I got all these guys. Just basically, I want to show you how this is going to work if you didn't get the pressure. Because what's really going to happen, to be honest with you, is this defender right here is playing that deep middle, the one that we hot route in the deep third. He's actually going to take this away. I'm telling you, he'll get over here far enough over where this route, as this guy comes across on this deep post route, when we make that throw, I'm hoping that this linebacker, or not linebacker, but this safety is going to be in position to go ahead and defend that. So let's go ahead and run this, and I want to show you what will happen here with that as far as with this play. And that's the idea of this breakdown, too. I want to kind of show you that you're not in total risk as much as you thought you might be. See, we got him over there. He's over there. If you go back, I know I didn't get him control fast enough, but if you looked earlier when we did that play against this cover 4 defense, remember how open that guy was? This time, by doing what we just did there, by putting him in an inside third, let's go ahead and hot route all these guys into QB spy. By hot routing all these guys into a QB spy, we're going to do that. Same setup. I just want to show you this. You still should be able to get over. You see, again, he's not going all the way over there. And then this time, if I can just get control of him, he couldn't get it in there. We had 2 guys in there that were able to take that away. And now I should have been able to pick that off. So what I'm telling you is your opponent is going to see this defense, and he's going to be looking at it thinking, oh, man, these guys are probably in cover 4. Look at this. I've got this guy here. I've got this guy here, this guy here. Man, this play is going to totally waste that play. It's going to totally do it. But now, really, what you're in is really a cover 3 by making those hot route adjustments. Plus, to be honest with you, if you're going to bring this guy down, let's just go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and run the play this time. So let's go ahead and put him in. Let's go ahead and put him in the third, like I've been showing. So we got him in the third. We're going to go ahead and put this guy in QB spy, like I showed earlier, and then I'm going to manually take control of this guy, and I'm going to go ahead and rush. Now, I'm just trying to get through there, but he didn't have enough time to make that throw anyways. He couldn't even wait because we still got to the quarterback. If we go back and look at this in instant replay, let's just kind of watch this from here, and I can zoom in just a second here. Okay, so we almost got to the quarterback anyways. That running back barely got over there in time anyways. But, I mean, look at that defense right now. At this point, as you look at it, pretty much everybody's covered. There is not a lot of options for him to throw to. I mean, this guy's pretty well covered. This guy's covered. This guy's certainly covered. So at this point, he really doesn't have enough time to, doesn't really have anybody open to throw it. And as you look, let's go ahead and zoom in over here. Let's go ahead and zoom in. About the time where he's about to get sacked, this receiver here, as you look at it, this receiver over here who's running that post route, he's not open either. No matter what, he is not open. So we've got this pretty well covered. A pretty good job of keeping it covered where he doesn't have a lot of options to throw to at this point. He might be able to, if he gets lucky, maybe he could get it off and maybe throw it to this guy running that deep route coming over the middle. But, you know, who knows? He may not hit him. So, at any rate, this defense, I think, does a pretty good job. at defending those type of routes. Plus, you get pressure on a quarterback by showing what I'm showing here. So this defense is out of the 3-4 Cub. The name of the defense is called Cover 4 Quarters. Basically, we're going from cover 4 to cover 3. We're getting a 4-man pass rush, and we still have pretty darn good coverage to take away a lot of the stuff that you'll see guys run in the game this year.